Hello, Lee Mallett from Mallett Buildings. Hope y'all doing good this afternoon. Let's get started real quick. Always like to start out, $500 discount every week. Military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, and first responders. My competitors do not advertise to do that, so I wonder if they really do it. Tiger Cash. If you buy a Signature or a Elite building, you'll get $1,000 off Tiger Cash, and I'll give you another $1,000 for coming in and signing. That's a $2,000 discount if you buy either one of these buildings. Got my referral program. Hey, all these people have referred their friends and neighbors. Folks, what does that tell you? That tells you that we're doing something right, or they wouldn't refer their friends and neighbors, would they? So I think this is pretty dang impressive. Plus, they'll talk to you. If you want to go visit with one of them, talk to one of them, they'll tell you how good the service is here. Don't believe us, believe my people that bought from me. All right, how about us? 26 years of experience delivering custom designed post-frame buildings. Nobody can compete with that statement. Licensed, fully licensed commercial residential property for 26 years. Nobody can compete with that statement. Reputation, no contractor violations, 500 plus reviews with the BBB, A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. When we get to the report card, you'll find out we're the only ones that do all this too. Community oriented, locally owned and operated in Iowa, Louisiana. We're not out of state like some of these guys. Or when we get to the report card, we'll cover that too. Committing to supporting local communities through job creation, reliable service. Look at that. Been doing that for 20-something years too. Look at all these people we support. You know, our community involvement is important to us, and I think that should be something you should consider when you're buying a building. You want to do business with somebody who supports the community, not just takes the money and goes out of state, or just uses it and never gives back to the community. When you do business with Mallett Buildings, we're going to give back to the community. And not a little bit, a lot. All right, we got our 3D image here, but we guarantee the quality backed by the use of #1 kill-tried lumber with a lifetime warranty against termites, rot, fungal, and rust. Remember I said rust. That steel building can't give that to you, right? Customer first approach, personalized service, concept to completion, advanced 3D modeling tools for precision satisfaction. So when you go there, you come to our site, you're going to design your building, put your windows, doors, colors, whatever you want. Hit that button, send them to one of our quality people, salespeople, building specialists, whatever you want to call them. And they're going to get you a quote that's going to be correct, because now we can see exactly what you want. It's hard to do that on the telephone. Take your time and use it. You can do it when you get home. You can do it when it's convenient for you, and take your time. Then you're going to see what you want. We get an accurate quote the first time. All right, building options. We've got 3 buildings: the Value, Signature, and Elite. Lines that suit the various needs and budgets. The Value being what my competitors sell, and theirs cannot compete with my Value building, much less my Signature and Elite, and I'm going to go over that. Here's the Elite Building Series, 30 by 50 for $43,998, 40 by 50 for $53,950, 40 by 60 by 12 for $61. Now you can knock $2,000 off of that if you type in Tiger Cash and come in and sign this week. So knock that. So the real price is $41,998, $51,950, and $59,598. That's $2,000 you can take off if you do those two things, okay? If I send you a personalized video, which I typically do, I will offer it there also. And there you can bring that in if you come in this week. We're offering that right now. Let's talk about what the reason why this is the best value for the price. 9-foot post spacing. Everybody else is putting a 10. Engineered mono 5-on-12 roof pitch, not 4-on-12. This is all standard. Engineered 2x8 scissor trusses. Nobody does a 2x8 scissor truss on us. Oh, they're going to say, well, you don't need that. Well, I'll tell you what, when that 150-mile-an-hour storm comes in like Laura, you're going to wish you had those 2x8 trusses. It is an overkill. We do it purposely. Why? Because I saw the damage Laura did. And a 2x8 truss is going to be way stronger than a 2x6 truss. That's common sense. They want to tell you that because they can't compete with us. They don't want to build that 2x8 truss. We build them right here at the place. Okay? And you're welcome to come taking a tour of the plant. We'll show you how we build them. But I'm going to tell you, that's a big deal. It is an overkill, and it's done purposely. Because I want that building to withstand, Laura, 150 mile an hour. I put them 3 foot apart. Everybody else putting them 5. Engineered cable retention system for uplifting that storm. When them tornadoes start moving around, you're going to wish to God you had. None of my competitors do that. What is their uplift protection? It's engineered. I guess they don't want to do it because, you see, they got no engineers working for them. We're an engineered licensing firm right here. They're not. That's what separates us from them all the time. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to get 2 10 by 10 roll-up doors, insulated roof and walls, 26 gauge metal across all our buildings now. Zack screws, post protect. This baby comes with everything you possibly could need. It is the best building in the business. It is the hurricane building. Why? Because it has 145 mile an hour wind load. Look at that workmanship warranty, 10 years. And unlike my competitors, some try to say do 10 years, but I've only been in business 4 years. Now, how do you do that? I've been in business 26 years, so I can give you a 10-year workmanship warranty. But if I've been in business 4 years, how do you know I'm going to be here in 10 years? How can they do that? Because it's not true. Until they get to 10 years, they shouldn't say that. They're just fooling you, folks. But this is the building I'm telling you that I highly recommend. And the value is there. And the security in your mind that when that storm comes, I'm in the best built building in the country. All right, value building. Let's take the value building. My building, the value, which is our low end, is a good building. This is what my competitors sell. Okay, I'm using kiln-dried MCA treated lumber, the whole building. You better watch it. I don't know if they're doing that. They're using 3,000, we're using 4,000 pound in our concretes. That's a big difference right there. Engineered cable retention system. We have that in every building. They're not doing that. Now this is my low end. This is my value building. We're competing against our competition right now, right? Concrete under every post. They don't do that. You could get some settling because of that. 2x6 scissor trusses, standard. Everything I'm talking, they're going to charge you more for it. 130 mile an hour wind load, licensed professional engineering firm. None of them got that. So everything we do is engineered and it's watched by an engineer. All the draftsmen are being monitored by the engineer. Hey, let's jump to that Mallett signature. What happens now? We go from a 2x6 to a 2x8. We jump from a 4-on-12 to a 5-on-12. Now you've got roof and wall insulation, 2 10x10 roll-up doors, a 6-year workmanship warranty. And that's really what separates the signature from the elite. The elite having way more than what they sell, right? Concrete under every post. Licensed professional. I keep talking about that because that's very important. Who is stamping these plans for these people, folks? What's the loads? I'm telling you, they got a third party who's stamping them. They're sending them $400 or $500 and they're not checking nothing. Because I see those buildings with 2x8 plate lines. I see all kind of problems. I'm saying, who's stamping them plans? And hey, back to that elite building. Here we go. Engineered 2x8 scissor trusses, 3-foot truss spacing, 9-foot post spacing, 2 10x10 rows, gutters and gutter brushes, standard on this building. 6 inch instead of 4 inch out of 4,000 PSI. Nobody else is offering that. Nobody's got this standard building, folks. Post protectors, insulated windows, engineered wood screws. Okay, continuous ridge vents. You can wainscot at no charge. 145 miles an hour. Not 130, 145. Laura came in at about 150 right here in Iowa and Louisiana. So these 130s sound nice till a Laura comes rolling through here, and then you're going to have trouble. That's why we over-engineer. We do not know the strength of a hurricane. You might get 180 mile an hour for all we know, but we overkill for a reason. We don't want them storms tearing up our buildings. That's why we don't lose buildings. Concrete slabs, microfiber. Let's talk about that. Everybody talks about they want to put steel, this and that. The studies show, let's go there, it's right here. It's a microfiber slab. We use the cable retention system. Now, why the synthetic fibers? Fibers benefit the concrete in both the plastic and hardened state. Benefits include reduced plastic settlement cracks, reduced plastic shrinking. Now look, that's from the National Ready Mixed Concrete Association. That's not me talking. But look at this. Increased toughness, impact resistance, provide energy absorption. Macro than synthetic fibers, typically at a higher dosage rate, can be used for crack control in hardened concrete or temperature shrinkage reinforcement in some applications. Documentation on the use of fibers for these applications should be available. And they're available right here. It's not me talking. That's them talking. They're professionals. All right. Application guidelines, you say as far, okay, reduction, here we go. It's a repeat, but it's worth saying the National Ready Mixed Concrete Association has hit these items again. That's all I use. You know what's more important than that? Put some control joints or expansion joints. All right, how about the American Concrete Institute? One aspect of service that can be enhanced by the use of fibers is control of cracking. Okay? Now that's not me, that's the American Concrete Institute that's saying this, folks. Fibers can prevent the occurrence of large crack widths that are either unsightly or permit water or contaminants to enter, causing corrosion of reinforcing steel or potential deterioration of concrete. In addition to crack control and service benefits, use of fibers at high value percentage, 5 to 10% higher than with special production techniques, can substantially increase the matrix tensile strength. That's not me talking. The American Concrete Institute is saying this, folks. You have to understand, when you use the fiber, it's mixed in the trucks, it's throughout the concrete. If you use reinforcement wire or the rebar, they typically put them on stanchions. If those stanchions go down from the weight of the concrete or the finish is troughing through the concrete, your steel is going to go to the bottom of the slab and serve no purpose. You're hoping that didn't happen. But when you go with this, it's mixed in the concrete in the truck before we pour it out. Okay? Some say, well, you got them little hairs. The fibers will fall off. If you don't like that, you can take a grinder, like what's it called? With a sandpaper, and just come right off. But you got your product that's going to hold the concrete together in the concrete, and you don't have to worry about that they walked and just knocked everything down to the bottom of the concrete. That's not what you want. Now, let's keep going here. Advantages. Fiber reinforced concrete may be effective when high tensile strength or low cracking are desired. Isn't that what we all want? Or when conventional reinforcement cannot be used. It increases the impact strength of the concrete, reduces fracture formation, and leads to higher strain capacity of the composite material. I believe that is the goal. Now, microsynthetic fibers utilized in industrial projects to increase the durability of the concrete. These fibers made of synthetic materials are long and thick in size and may be utilized as a substitute for bar and fabric reinforcement. Folks, that is from this group, the Unite Civil Hub. That's where I got this information. We do our research. You can find the research too. Adding some fibers to concrete improves its freeze-thaw resistance and helps maintain the concrete sturdy and appealing appearance for longer periods of time. Improve mix cohesiveness and pumpability over long distances. This increases the resistance to plastic shrinkage during curing. It reduces the need for steel reinforcing. It controls crack widths closely, boosting longevity. It cuts down on segregation and bleed water. Isn't that what we want? This is the product, and I'm getting this information. This is from the Unite Civil Hub. I need to get a little bit more on where that's from. But anyway, this is documentation from our research. Commercial post frame. A lot of people think there's a how would you say, a misnomer out there that say, oh, that's a pole barn. I don't build pole barns, folks. I build post frame. I don't use round poles. That's what a pole is. I use square dimensional lumber. Okay? Over the years, people think, oh, that's great for agricultural buildings. It is. But we've now progressed where it's used for residence and commercial. We know a lot of people build barnuminiums now to this stuff. Well, let's just look at some of the ideas that across the country that are used for commercial post frame. Because I can save you a lot of money on a commercial post frame building. Well, first of all, let's look at these numbers. Single family residential, we have 23.9% of the market. Metal buildings got 12%. We're beating them. Multifamily, we're at 20.7, 9.0. Pretty close, but we're still ahead. Agriculture, there's no question, we're at 35, they're at 17.5. Commercial, we're at 24, they're at 31, but we're going to catch them. But when we look at the average, we're almost 6 points ahead across the board. I'm a fan of wood. Just like all your houses are built out of wood, we believe in wood around here. Here's a big building. This is a 60 by 200. You can tell we built 4 of these big babies. Commercial project, 12,000 square feet per building. So don't tell me you can't use a commercial project. These are heating and cool warehouses being built. We're about complete with this project. How about this? Did you think that that's post frame? I'm going to give you some ideas that I've seen buildings across the country. And even here some we've built locally. But look at this. How about that? Post frame. Anything you do with stick frame or steel, you can do better with post frame. It's going to be a better building. Hey, all post frame. All post frame. Post frame again. Post frame. Post frame. Post frame. Now, my point in putting all that up there is to let you know anything is possible with post frame construction. If they're going to hit you for $200 a square foot for most of these commercial buildings, consider post frame. Nobody can beat our prices on building the big structures. Nobody. Not per square foot. Per square foot, you're going to average anywhere from 19 on the value all the way up for commercial to maybe $30 with the slab, totally erected, closed in. Folks, and you're working with wood. You build a steel building, you're going to build a wood building inside that building. That's 2 buildings. That costs you twice as much money. If you're looking at commercial buildings or you know somebody, have them give us a call. We can help them save some money and build a better project and a better building. Now, I like to talk about the red flags. I believe in telling this. I know, so, you're bashing your competition. No, I'm not. I'm trying to educate you on what you need to look out for so that you're not taken advantage of. And I'll give you some examples of what can happen to you if you don't follow the red flags. All right, go to the Secretary of State. That's going to tell you who the proper parties are, how long they've been in business. Go to LSOBC. What is their licensure? How long have they had that license? Contractor violations. Have they been convicted of breaking state law? Reviews on BBB and Google. That's where you're going to find out the real story. And visit the contractor's facility. We want you to visit this place. But look, you want to buy a building? We'll go with, our projection, what we do here now is this. If you're somewhere and you would like our inspector to go, hey, no problem. We'll go over the contract. We'll look at it. We'll do a site visit. We'll actually check everything. We'll put flags. We're going to drop the materials. We'll study where we need to go. And then we lay out your building with the flags. And we're so way ahead of the game. And we go to you. Or you're welcome to come visit the facility. I prefer that. But we'll come to you. Not a problem. All right. So if you don't follow the red flags, this is what happens. This poor lady got hit for $160,000. I don't know how much he hit somebody for, but he's been charged. These two hit multiple people. Not only were they convicted by the State Contractors Board, they also were charged by some parishes for contractor fraud. This is why you follow the red flags, folks. Then we go to report cards. Not bashing. They're not going to tell you this stuff, but I'm going to tell you, because if you want to do business, you need to at least know what you're dealing with so you can prepare yourself in case something goes bad. But this is what it is. How many years plus 12, plus 20, licensed more than 1 year, 0 violations, are they accredited, 500 plus reviews, legitimate facility, and licensed professional engineering firm. Well, let's start right down here, which is, I think, is one of the most important. None of them, except us, are a licensed engineering firm. That means everything done here is done properly. It's engineered staff by in-house engineers. The rest of them aren't going to do that. They're not in here for the long term, because if they were, they'd already be doing that. Legitimate facility. Fortify's got one, but you jump up here, he's also out of state. Us, bloop, let's get checked. The rest of them, they operate out of the house with a pickup. You want to do that? That's up to you, but that's a bad idea. 500 plus reviews, only us. What does that say? Why don't they have a lot of reviews? What's the problem? 0 violations. We don't. These people don't right now, but they maybe didn't get caught. I don't know. License. See, here's the problem. I don't understand. Look, how do you just ain't caught them? Because look right here. They're not licensed for more than 1 year. And some ain't got no license at all. So it makes you wonder how the hell they got away with this, huh? And then you go to 20 years plus of business. Us and Rob built. They're out of Oklahoma. Use very bad lumber. Use number 3 lumber. I've seen the buildings. 12 plus years. Them and us. But they're out of staters. And they don't build a quality building like we do. So the report card is not to bash. The report card is to tell the truth. It's no different than your child coming home from school. The report card tells you what's going on with the child at school. Well, this tells you what's going on in the building industry as far as post frame is concerned. These boys got problems. And girls. I don't know what they got up there. Here we go again. Remember, take $2,000 off this. You type Tiger Cash, come in this week, knock $2,000 off any of these elite buildings, because this is the best building for the value. If you want to go value building, we can. But the elite is the king. It is the Hurricane building. I'm telling you what I know. I built it for that reason. That's why I made this building. We will beat anybody's price in writing by $1,000, spec sheet to spec sheet, and we'll cover spec sheet in a second. But that's not the best part of this. Oh, I'm going to bid about $1,000. You get all this for free. You get a company that passes A-pluses on all the report card. Isn't that what you want? Want that? Doesn't that mean you'll have no troubles? Let's keep moving on here. Okay, spec sheet. Every one of our buildings has a spec sheet. Hold on a second. No, that's okay. Every one of our buildings has a spec sheet. So when you get a bid from us, you're going to get a spec sheet on every building. In detail, that tells you exactly what you're getting, very detailed, on qualifications and specifications. So when you call, if you're going to shop around, make sure we're bidding apples to apples. Because I'll beat them apples to apples. They'll tell you they're building the same thing, but they got to make sure they check all this and sign that. Now you've got a document to make sure if they do business with them, I don't know why you would, but if you do, you got them pinned down. They can't change that, can they? So we do that to help you. Hey, once again, I got buildings all over the country. You want to see a building, you want to talk to somebody who bought a building, that's the best advertisement I could possibly get is for you to talk to one of them, not to us. It's third party. You think all these people sent their friends and neighbors here because we were bad? No, they sent them because we're good. They like the building, they like the quality, they like the service. We're open 24/7. You want to call a building specialist after 5, they will answer the phone 7 days a week. My competitors don't do that. Why? Because they don't care. It's not about serving you. It's about being available, convenient for them. We want to be convenient for you. So give us a call after 5 and they'll work with you. That's the show for today. Kind of went kind of fast. Hope I didn't go too fast. But look, we appreciate everything that y'all have done for us as far as buying buildings. Those who bought, thank you very much. Those who give us an opportunity, thank you very much. And look, if you have any questions, feel free to call me, 337-515-2154, or you can call 337-214-0428. We're here to serve you. Give us a shot. We got some deals going on right now. Give us a call. We'll tell you about them. Hey, y'all have a nice night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.